I feel like there's a live thing.
You're listening to Surreal Talk, a look inside the world of cults, conspiracies, and the paranormal.
Something's not right, man. Something's bullshit here, and I don't believe it.
Honestly, this crazy shit could be completely possible.
You think you know the whole story? Think again.
Is it? Okay, yeah, now I can talk. I forgot. Our thing was over. Ever doesn't let me talk until the fucking thing's over. I feel like
have a little professionalism and pride in your fucking showmanship.
Look, I feel like I should be able to talk during the fucking beginning.
Yeah, you feel like you should be able to eat too.
Well, yeah, I mean, I wanna.
I bought Eric an extra large bag of Doritos for the show today, folks. You're welcome.
It's a big dumb animal, folks. Mine says 0 watching. That's because you're in a different dimension, Jay.
What's today? Saturday?
Yeah,
today's Saturday. I'm not good with days. Hey, you want to go get the prints for me?
Where are they at?
I don't know. Printer?
Did you just print them out just now?
Yeah.
Good. Added a little something at the top for you.
It says organized crime.
No. A little bit lower in there. Maybe here.
Oh yeah. Well, I'm gonna go delete like most of that anyway. Frank Reynolds, you got it, buddy. 184. Never forget. I think that turtle's 185 now, but I could be wrong. What's up? Been an interesting day. Waiting on those printouts. Oh, cool. First time watcher. Me too. Welcome to the show. Man, I can hear Eric whistling all the way down the hallway. It's goddamn annoying. You guys have no idea. I don't know why in the fuck I'm losing in the poll. 330 to 312. Let's get that talked about first. I'm a little salty for some for real shit here. Surreal for real. For real surreal. Hello Danielle. Hello Bob. JB, Frank, Brian.
What the fuck did you say?
Rennie, of course. I was just bitching about you whistling. And then I was wondering, I was bitching to the chat and everybody who's listening, why the fuck am I losing that poll 330 to 312? Yeah, my question was new. Why am I losing that by that amount? Especially when nearly every voicemail we get is Team Everett and not Team Eric. I got to think there's conspiracy here.
You think I'm manipulating the polls?
I think you might be.
Nope, I'm not.
Oregon, cool. Hey, Nomad Wander, we got like 2 voicemails from you waiting, buddy.
Yeah, we do.
Burp. Oh, man, sorry about that. That was gross.
Oregon. So, yeah.
Oregon, that's like in Texas, right?
That's where the potatoes are from.
Yeah, that's right. Oregon, Texas.
Idaho.
Yeah, where the potatoes are from.
Mm-hmm. You know, Idaho potatoes.
I heard of them.
Have you?
Walker Drummer finally made it to a live stream. Hell yeah, a lot of noobers out there today. Where's our olders?
They are gone.
They're better. I'm gonna wait another 6 seconds exactly, and everybody who I'm thinking of right now better be there.
It's a 30-second delay.
No, you're right. 6 seconds after the 30 seconds. 36 seconds.
Yeah, you gotta wait.
Starting now.
I don't believe that no one's gonna reply to you because everybody's Team Eric. If I was to tell them this stuff, they'd be like, "Yeah, for sure, dude. We'll do it."
But you would never do that, would you?
We'll do it for our boy, you know. But
People hate you, dude. I don't get it. People tell me that. I get like 10 emails a day. I hate Eric. I hope he gets chlamydia.
Impossible.
No, not impossible. I think Jay says hit the like. Portland, Texas. Portland, Oregon, Texas. Is that like the county?
Yeah, that
Canadian,
of course.
eh?
Of course.
We
Good
got
afternoon, repping Canada. Hell yeah, me too. I'm from Canada.
Canadian, eh?
Hey.
I like them Trailer Park Boys.
Hey.
Bret Hart was Canadian.
Yeah, and there's nothing wrong with him.
No, he's excellence of execution. Just gonna throw that out there.
Yeah, dude, his sharpshooter was light years beyond where he was at. You know what I mean?
Scorpion Deathlock versus. I mean, you get it. Sharpshooter every time.
Sharpshooter, yeah, of course.
Yeah, well, STDs are funny, aren't they, Bob?
They sure are.
And itchy.
And itchy.
Generally.
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean,
I wouldn't know. Fucking STD head.
no, my nickname's STD Ted.
Oh. STD Ted.
That's gonna stick. Why do I got a feeling that one's gonna stick?
STD Ted. Araya Blake.
Shit.
HBK over Bret Hart. Is he Canadian?
Pretty sure that's Arya, not Araya.
Yeah, I mean, whatever.
I mean, yeah, I kind of agree with that. I mean, they had that whole Iron Man match, and that was pretty good.
No way, dude. Bret Hart for days over HBK.
Bret Hart's kind of a crybaby, though.
You know what? I forgot about that. You're right.
I mean,
And he did, like the whole Suck It era.
yeah.
There was that.
DX, like original DX.
Yeah.
There, yeah.
Oh, Sean.
Now you're
She
talking
thinks
like
he's
whenever
cute.
he had
You
Scary
know I'm
Sherry.
sexy. Yeah.
When she was doing the song instead of him. Oh, yeah. And then he had like the one-legged thing, you know?
Yeah.
Anyway.
Just
Good old
a
days of
sexy
wrestling.
boy, sexy boy.
I've heard of space herpes. That was another STD. Didn't Alex have that?
Alex did have that.
Still does, I think. Can you get rid of it?
I don't think you can. They figured out that there's no cure.
Who figured that out?
I did.
You and your team?
I have a microscope.
You need that to pee?
No, to be a scientist, fuckhead.
Yeah, right. Anyway, we'll give it another minute or two and we can get on with this. You need that to pee. Where'd you get
Danielle. That was Ocho. Not me.
That's what you get, man. You live in a certain like universe here that these things kind of connect.
I hope not.
What? These things connect?
Yeah.
Why?
I shouldn't wear my UGC shirt on stream.
I'll tell you what, yeah, depending on what you say on that Ocho Man show, I can only imagine. I'm glad I don't listen to that show.
Oh, Lord.
If we go on wrestling, the Outsiders. I mean, yeah, the Outsiders are cool, I guess. Hall and Nash.
Kids are sexually transmitted DNA.
That's true. I mean, technically.
Yeah, I can't
Half of them.
I can't dispute that.
Half of them are. Because the other half was already there. They didn't get transmitted. The egg was there.
Fair point.
Bushwhackers, yeah. Luke and Bo, wasn't it? Bo and Luke.
They do that.
Careful, get your face licked around them guys, but otherwise.
Yeah. Remember the Nasty Boys pit stops?
Oh, God. Brian Knobs and Jerry Sags, was it?
Yeah, Jerry Sags and Barry Knobs. What about the Stinger Splash?
Oh, come on.
Why are we talking about wrestling
I don't
today?
know.
Fucking like me some old school wrestling though.
Me too.
The Outsiders. That was
Some new school wrestlers is okay.
Like what?
I don't know. I can't think of any, but like every now and then I'll catch like a match and a couple of these little new guys are getting going at it and they're doing pretty good. But some of their storyline crap I can't handle.
Yeah, I don't know that any of them are much good anymore. I like The Rock. He's about as new school as I get.
She may be Team Everett after. Maybe you should go put that official. I'm just saying I could use the help.
Who got licked by him at his show?
Just listen to the episode Ocho Man was on. Had to stop listening like 10 minutes in. What episode was he on?
Who?
Ocho Man. Of us. He was on one time.
Halloween.
Was it Halloween, really?
Uh-huh.
Who'd she get licked by? Luke or Bo?
Frank Reynolds says fake Diesel and fake Razor. Fuck the world.
For the win, man.
Fuck the world.
Fake Diesel was Glenn Jacobs, though. You know that?
Yeah, that's Kane.
Kane, yeah. And Fake Razor was fucking Brian, what's his name? He was one of the NWO at one time.
I don't believe you.
Not Crush, the other. Brian Adams, wasn't it?
I don't believe you.
Same guy that was Atom Bomb?
Ultimate Warrior is right. I don't know.
Texas
Facebook,
Tornado?
the
That's
only way
fucking
to vote
Carry
for
On
Team
Eric.
Everett. No, man, there's an official way to vote for Team Eric. If you just go to www.surrealtalkpodcast.com, scroll down, it'll be about halfway down the page on the right-hand side,
Unless you're
depending on
mobile.
if you're mobile or on desktop, and you just click Team Eric right there. So a vote for Team Eric is like a vote for
Cancer?
babies and apple pies. You know what I mean? Everybody loves babies and everybody loves apple pies. So
Pandering ass bitch. All right, you about ready?
yeah, I'm ready.
All right, I'm going to go start it.
I don't see why you wouldn't have done it already.
Waiting for a couple people to get here, jeez.
You're listening to Surreal Talk, a look inside the world of cults, conspiracies, and the paranormal.
Something's not right, man. Something's not right.
It's
Something's
like you
bullshit
haven't
here,
done
and
that
I don't
a few
believe it.
times. Honestly, this crazy shit could be completely possible. Aria thinks I haven't already
disclaimer,
watched her
we
matches.
reserve the right to be wrong,
I already
ladies and
figured that one out.
You
I
think
still
you know
check
the
out
whole
everybody who
story?
joins the group and everything.
Think again.
Gotta have the
Now
power of
your
knowledge.
hosts, Eric and Everett.
Welcome to Surreal Talk. We are back. This is Eric and Everett, like the gentleman just told you in the intro.
He was right.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, he did not lie at all. We are here. So
What's up, everybody? Off last week. Well, sort of off. We came in and we did a live stream on YouTube. So
we didn't podcast it though.
yeah, if you want to see what we talked about last week, we had a good 45-minute little live stream, but
Yeah. Wasn't really about anything though.
I don't know, we got into some stuff. I don't really recall at this point what it was.
Yeah, I bet you don't.
What's that supposed to mean?
Nothing. What are we talking about today?
This week we're doing organized crime, mafia, any type of
Mafioso.
Yakuza,
Yeah,
fucking drug
see?
cartels.
See?
Yeah. We're going to talk about the mob, see?
Organized
Godfather.
crime.
Yeah.
Godfather.
Man, I really wish Armand was here.
Armand was pissed he wasn't going to be a part of this episode because he really is into organized crime.
Dude, like we've talked about before.
Not like he's into organized crime.
I think we talked about this last Saturday. A lot of his stuff he writes is based in that era, and he loves mobster stuff. So.
Yeah, like the fucking gangsters
he
in
at?
the zoot suit. And he's out of town.
Where's Armand go?
Armand goes on dates.
No, yeah, maybe, but nobody's really sure of
Classic Carl.
that. Oh man, never mind that. Then you're right. I don't know. You want to do some voicemails real quick before we?
Yeah. We got a few voicemails we could hit.
So,
Mm-hmm.
trying to make sure. I'm trying to remember if there was anything that I wanted to purposely not play this week. We've only had to not play one. I think we're good this time. So we're gonna start on an anonymous. Hopefully it's okay. Here we go. We got sound here. Yeah,
See, guys, I was Team Everett, but
Uh-oh.
now I'm definitely Team Eric, and
That's
I've always
right,
been
baby.
Team Armand. But
why?
Everett, I think you're wrong, man. Like,
He
think
is.
about it from this perspective. Like, I'm a father, right? I have a daughter.
Uh-huh.
I get you.
If someone raped or physically abused or killed my daughter
Uh-huh.
Here we go.
and got off like that sick fuck from that one university that raped that girl behind a dumpster,
Brock
and
Larson.
they said, "Oh, it's gonna ruin your future,
Yeah,
so I'll just
true.
give you 6 months in jail or probation, whatever he got."
Yeah, that was
Pretty horseshit.
bullshit.
That dude's getting what's coming to him. That dude's getting messed up. Like, I'm prior military. Like, I'm jacking that dude up.
Not
Might
you
not kill him,
personally, though. I get it. I
But
get
I'm
what you
definitely gonna
mean.
make
Like,
him
you're not
pay for
threatening
what
him.
he did.
You're not.
That's all I have to say about that.
All right. It's understandable that you'd want to do that. I still say it makes you kind of crazy when you're stepping outside of.
But it's an acceptable crazy if
How is it
that's the case
acceptable?
because you're a broken man.
What if?
You have been psychologically pushed over the edge.
But there's the small chance that you're wrong about whoever your victim is. You know what I mean? It's not you to go ahead and say it's time for me to meet her out final justice, or even a major ass beatdown. Really, I don't know. That's just my opinion. I get it. I get where people are coming from. I get it. It's just not me to be like, I'm definitely gonna go fucking torture and kill somebody for revenge. It's just. I think it's a little savage.
You'll do it.
Anyway, how many years ago was that torture episode?
Like 3 weeks.
Oh man, it seems like a long time ago. Still following me. Anyway, next one's from Santo. Here we go.
Hey guys, this is Santo calling from Toronto, Ontario.
Hey, Santo.
Just wondering if you've ever seen the show Hunting Hitler on History
No.
and what you make of it.
A little of it.
And I'm not sure if you've done a show on it or if you plan on doing a show on it. It might take a few episodes, maybe 2 or 3.
I've had a couple people, I think, in the group say we should do something on Hunting Hitler.
Mhm.
But I don't know. I take that as almost as seriously as the Oak Island thing.
What, that Hitler? What do you mean?
The whole, Hitler escaped down to South America.
Why? You don't take that seriously? There's declassified CIA documents.
Yeah, I guess we are going to have to do a show on it.
They had tips on that shit. Like, they knew that shit was the thing. Are you serious? Don't fuck with me.
I mean, I know about this stuff, but
Play the fucking voicemail.
it's more like urban legend to me.
And look, Bob White says, and then Everett wonders why he's losing in the motherfucking poll. That's
I don't
true
wonder.
story.
I don't wonder. I know a lot of my ways of thought are different than what you guys think. I don't care. Anyway, carrying on.
Roll on.
Or more. Yeah, just wondering if that's in the plans. And
Is now.
it's a great show. Keep up the good work.
Right on.
And
Thank you.
I guess I'll go hashtag Team Everett.
Oh, come on,
Yeah.
man. Get over it. That's bullshit.
That was a good one, man. I love it when they end that way. There's only one way the voicemail can get better. Anyway, here's an anonymous voicemail. Short one.
Fuck Eric.
Whoa.
Yeah, hold on. What was that one?
Who sent that?
Fuck Eric.
It says anonymous. It wasn't
Oh.
me.
Yeah, it was you.
It was not me. I promise you that.
Prick.
No.
Fuck
Oh, yeah,
Eric.
we get it, guy.
Dude, that could be the best voicemail of all time. I want this.
Hang on. Brian Maiden says in the chat, I would never do it ever, but would you hit me if I struck your wife in front of you, or would you call the cops?
Oh, I'd hit you.
He says he'd hit you. I mean, I guess you heard him, but
It's not torture. It's self-defense. Like immediate self-defense.
they didn't hit you though. You're not defending yourself.
Okay, it's the same thing as my kid or me. It's like my immediate people. If they hit you, I would defend you. You know what I mean? I'm stopping my people from getting hurt. That's all it is. It's not revenge. It's a stop. Anyway, man, fuck the torture thing. I'm done with that.
Fuck Eric.
All right. Next one.
All right, we got 2 more voicemails. This guy happens to be in the chat today, so let's hear him out.
Hey guys,
Hey.
Nomad Wanderer here.
Hey, what's up,
Yo.
Nomad?
Was listening to some old Nick of Time episodes,
Yeah, sorry.
like the False Flag and
Oh, my bad.
Anunnaki
That was a good
Planet X.
Right. Heard.
Was thinking
Mm-hmm.
about how all that gold was disappearing in all those false flags,
Like
Yeah,
9/11.
yeah.
like the World Trade Center and
And
in
Libya.
Iraq.
Libya.
What if it was the Anunnaki that was retrieving it to fix their atmosphere? Just food for thought.
Hang on, let me stop my.
Have a great day. Love the show.
Thank you.
And,
Have a
have
great
to
day as
say,
well.
Team Everett.
Yeah.
Well,
Even though you might be crazy as a lark,
that's horseshit.
but
So let me hang on. I gotta roll. I
You
gotta
blew
move this,
my mind
I gotta
on
move
the
this back over.
Anunnaki.
I gotta move this back over. So all the false flag gold that's been missing from what you're saying, like, and I get what you're talking about. You're talking about the gold missing from 9/11, the gold missing from the 20 tons of
Gaddafi's
gold,
gold, yeah.
the Iraq, all that stuff. I get what you're saying. I get what you're talking about there. The Anunnaki are stealing that to repair their atmosphere.
I mean, there's a chance. There is a chance.
I'm gonna go ahead and say you might be reaching. You could be reaching a little.
Yeah, definite.
But
But I mean, it's possible.
how fucking cool would that be? Like, but that means the Anunnaki are not good people. Then they're bad people because they're orchestrating.
They're
all
stealing
this.
our gold.
Yeah.
I mean, from their point of view.
I want to think of the Anunnaki as good. Like, hey, it's my brother from Nibiru.
What was it, Anki? That guy never really struck.
Inky and Enlil.
Yeah, they never really struck me as that benevolent, but it's just me. All right, we got one more from
All right,
Nomad.
all right, let's hear it. Let's hear it.
Okay. Here we go.
Hey guys, Nomad Wanderer here.
Damn, he sounds
Hey,
a little
Nomad.
down. What's up,
One-
buddy?
Tell you once again that enjoy the show.
Oh, right on.
Oh.
One thing I do miss is all the pulp culture
Ooh,
Oh,
very
that
good
today.
you
today.
guys used to go through.
Yeah, see?
Yeah.
Have you ever thought of actually just having a show specifically on pulp culture,
Explain.
like a separate podcast
That'd be
where
cool.
you and
Oh, well, got cut off. It was not me either. It just ended it abruptly. Have we ever thought about doing a separate pop culture show? I mean, kinda.
Yeah.
I mean,
we've got about
8
4
shows.
Yeah, 4 shows I would say solidly that we want to do. 1 really, maybe 2.
The big one we want to do, and we just always talk about and never do, is the Better Brothers show, but we'll probably never
That'd
get
be
around.
basically like a YouTube only thing, though. That wouldn't
Yeah.
really be a podcast. That'd be like a YouTube channel. Be like
And quite recently, we've been looking at Kenny versus Spinny, and it's almost the same thing. So
we're kind of
to
fucked
me,
on
it
it.
feels like it's redundant. I don't want to feel like a copy. I mean, I came up with the idea independently of the Better Brothers show, but it's like other ideas I've had. It's like, somebody else already came up with that. So.
Kevin Bacon game.
No, that we came up with that first. This
I
is
know.
the opposite.
That's what I'm saying.
All right.
We did this.
Anyway, let's get into the show, man. Organized crime.
Organized. It's not unorganized.
Here we go.
I'm just kidding.
That's the show, folks.
And that's it. Written and directed by George Lucas.
So, organized crime. What is the definition of organized crime, as you know it?
Well, not the literal definition, but in my opinion, you always think like gangsters, the mob, which is we'll be talking about that today. But like anything where it's like a illegal, big money involved, violence, that's like the telltales organized crime. What you think in your head, like big groups of people, as in organized, not just one person.
I always think of it exactly like a regular business, except focused directly on crime. Like their business is crime. Like so, if you can make money off of getting organized and doing insurance scams, that's your business, but it's illegal. It's illegal business.
Yeah.
I mean, it sounds simple, but organized crime is just illegal business. Instead of the knocking over a bank or a convenience store, which is not organized crime, those are just standard crimes, I guess. There's no organization behind it, like
unless
mob.
you
I guess.
plan on doing a string of knockoffs on, with multiple people involved in a hierarchy, because that's the thing about organized crime. Most of the time is like there's a hierarchy.
Right.
You know what I mean? You've
You
got a
report
boss.
to someone, yeah.
Yeah, you've got a boss.
Or multiple bosses.
And that person's got a boss. And fucking, so yeah, I mean, like.
All the way up to the Pope.
Pope's involved in this?
In one of them. In one of the organized crime families.
Yeah, I would say religion's organized crime,
Would
in
you?
my opinion. Yeah,
you?
it's a racket. It's just like feeding off people. It's a racket. It's a racket. That's what it is. It's a racket.
I'll give you that. It is a racket. Is it negative, though, is the question. But at that point, what's the difference between religion and charity in general, the way the money is collected? Is it the guise of how they use it, or what?
Yeah, it's
Because
like
charity is like there's no guys, like we're just doing this to help people out.
no-
And then, but religion's got the whole, God says you got to give us your money. Is that your?
well, okay, so a lot of the time, like
we're getting way off here. This is-
all right, yeah, we're done with that. We're done with that. Which, interestingly enough, in the like Italian mob, those people are super religious. You know what I mean? They totally like believe in a god, which is kind of like, what the fuck? Why are you killing all these people?
Well, they're way more family centric than country or anything or God, even due to the fact that, like, for the Italian mafia, Sicily in general, Sicily historically has been a landing point for invaders wanting to invade the Italian peninsula. So people from like Greece or northern Africa or wherever, somewhere else in the Mediterranean, will stop at Sicily, more or less conquer those folk, set up a base of operations as like a jump off point to go in to take the mainland of Europe. So the people of Sicily had, over the the years, developed a really not kind of disrespect and non-trust of authority figures. You know what I mean?
Right.
Everything's
Anti-authoritarian.
kept in the community, kept in the homes. You know what I mean? We're settling on our own, and that's how the mob lifestyle was able to flourish in Sicily and eventually move over to America. Is that these people in their culture didn't trust police? They didn't trust authority.
Fuck, I can get behind that.
Of course you can, you fucking criminal. Savage.
I'm no criminal. But yeah, that's fucking interesting, man. Though that they had so many invaders that they just, as a group and as a whole, just decided
occupied so many
collectively,
times, right.
like we ain't fucking with nobody that's over the top. So yeah, they would trust the mob.
Well, the local, the local, you can call it like community government, if you will, rather than the established government.
Right.
So I don't know. I thought that was interesting whenever I read that.
And you say Mussolini came one time to a town in Sicily, and that.
Yeah, I forget one of them, which one it was. It was Corleone or another one of those little towns. So the mayor of that town just happens to be also the local mob boss. Mussolini comes to town. He's got his whole army marching into town. He's also got his group of bodyguards. Well, this mayor / mob boss says to him, you're safe in my town. You don't need your bodyguards. Well, Mussolini, doesn't take his advice and lose the bodyguards. So that angers the mob boss.
Why would he?
He's like, not taking my advice, saying he's safe here. That's against what I'm saying. So he has everybody in town basically no-show Mussolini's big speech in town. You know, as he's going around campaigning and whatnot, he shows a show of power of making it basically only a few crippled people, homeless people show up in the crowd.
Right.
So I thought that was cool.
Imagine Mussolini, like, what the fuck, dude? This dude made nobody come to the I mean, that's power.
That is real power.
To have the entire, I mean, is it fear or respect, you know? I mean,
both. So in Italy, man, the mob over there super violent.
Yeah.
Up until the 80s, whenever they the people started to take it back, they got real mad at the mob. They kept assassinating like the guys in government who were anti-mafia, anti-organized crime. They would keep killing them, and eventually it pissed off the public. So kind of lost their edge over in Italy.
Yeah, because I guess you kind of got to have the public behind you or else they're going to rat on you constantly, huh?
Right.
So one of the big things for organized crime that I wanted to talk about before we got into a bunch of different organized crimes was the RICO Act. Now, do you know what the RICO Act is?
I do. Explain it, though.
It's the Racketeering, Influenced, and Corrupt Organizations Act. And what it means basically is that how mob bosses do it is there's, like I was saying earlier, there's a hierarchy. You have the boss and, you know, his capos,
mobs,
and
gangs,
they each have their crew and stuff. So if the boss orders someone below him to kill somebody, you know, and they get caught, he can't be prosecuted for that. But what the RICO Act allows for is that for, you know, like bosses and dons of these organizations to be prosecuted for acts that they, you know, had ordered or were involved in. Whoa, what do you got going on, Everett?
Sorry,
I got shit all in my ears.
You got real loud for you?
No, there's like a buzz.
Is it buzz?
Yeah, it's weird. Hang on, sorry.
Is that better?
That's better. Nope.
What the heck?
What'd you do?
Still there?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Bad. There you go. Hit it again. There it is. What the fuck was that?
I don't know. I was trying to turn up the sound of the stream. Sorry about that, everybody in podcast land.
Jesus.
I'd like to say that we're going to edit that out, but we probably won't.
No, we probably won't. It'll be all right, though.
Anyway, let's talk about some. Well, wait a minute. RICO Act.
RICO, yeah, but
I skipped down.
So basically, you can just prosecute the boss for crimes that, you know, his underlings have done, which is kind of fucked up.
Well, anybody in the organization could be charged with the crimes of anyone in the organization.
Mm-hmm.
So if you are definitely identified as part of this gang or this,
say there's a tattoo that every one of you guys gets, and you got it, and one of your buddies fucking killed somebody, and he's got that tattoo, you can be prosecuted for like conspiracy. You know what I mean? Yeah.
What's your problem with that? I know you have a problem with it. What is it?
Because you didn't commit the crime.
Yeah, but you're part of the group who is conspiring to commit these crimes. You know what I mean? You're enabling.
Yeah, but I don't think you did it, you know. I don't know, man. I don't know.
You run with a criminal, you are a criminal is what they're saying.
Oh, okay. Is that how it is?
You have a problem with that?
No second. Yeah, I mean,
if you're
not, but
so if you're straight out like buddies with a guy who's a criminal, right? That's not a big deal. He's your buddy. But if you're both part of like you're able to be labeled as part of an organized crime syndicate.
Like your hands are dirty too, is what you're saying.
Right. They know you're part of this. You have other crimes that are done. You're all part of the same organization feeding the same end goal of everybody in this group gets money and power. Then you are just as liable if that guy robs a bank. Whenever they finally go to prosecute it, that is, whenever they read your list of charges under RICO, we RICO'd everybody in on this. You're all getting charged with this stuff.
Wow. That'd be crazy to put a whole gang away for one bank robbery.
Well, it's also like, so if I give you the order to kill someone, now I'm just as culpable.
Well, as you should be.
Right. Well, I mean, it's the same deal. I don't know.
So some of the organizations, like, you know, because at first we wanted to just do this episode on, like, the mob, just basically make it the Mafia. But then we got to thinking, like...
I didn't want to do it that way.
Oh, it doesn't matter what you want. No, yeah, you did.
No.
Okay, so maybe it was me. Anyways, it turns out it was better off to just talk about a bunch of different types of organized crime versus just
different organizations,
Yeah, different organizations. So what do we got? Give me a couple.
Well, the first one that you wrote down here was La Cosa Nostra, which we've kind of already talked about, that's the Italian mafia.
Which translates to?
Loosely our thing or
this
our
thing
rules or, something like that. Our way.
Yeah.
If you put it in Google Translate, I think it comes out as our way, but they call it our thing.
Mm-hmm.
But that's basically any of the big 5 Italian families in New York, and plus all the families in basically every city over in Italy has their own family.
Yeah, because that's where all this is mostly based out of. Even today in the American Italian Mafia, like that. You got to be full Italian before you can be in there. You can't be unless you're full Italian.
Well, that's to be a made man, yeah. But you can work for him. I mean, still be part of their organization.
Like an underling or a street guy. You'll never be like
sure.
in.
That's funny.
What's that?
I was just looking at her, and I must have missed this before somehow in my pre-look over the notes. Under the Mafia, for their characteristics, you've got some great shit written down here. The first one I get, suits. They're always well-dressed. That's true. You always see them dressed. Gold chains. Okay, now we're starting to get a little
Maybe
more
this shouldn't have
movie-like.
been characteristics. Maybe this should have been stereotypes.
Yeah, there you go. Stereotypes. Attitude, totally. Swagger, totally. Confidence.
Yeah.
I mean, again, that's attitude and swagger. Fedora.
Yeah.
Okay. Now you're going way back when. They're like, yeah, see? Yeah, I'm a gangster, see? Look at my
Well,
hat.
I mean, okay, so it's like early 90s. You talk,
Let me blow your mind.
Jumpsuits.
Dick Tracy had a fucking fedora too, pal.
Yeah, he did, in a yellow fucking trench coat.
Yeah.
And a
fedora.
Tommy gun.
That's true. Ooh, they always had the Tommy guns. That's when you always see
That's
too.
wrote down also.
All right, what are some of your other big organizations?
Oh, well,
out
we
there?
wanted, first, while we're still on the Mafia, we wanted to talk about what it meant to be a made man. And so, what do you think when you think, like, if you've watched a ton of movies, like mob movies,
Goodfellas or whatever.
yeah, or even the Sopranos show, you've heard the term made man before with the Mafia. And that basically means that, like, they trust you. You're a made man, like you're
Officially
you're
part of the family.
Officially part of the family, you know what I mean? Usually accompanied by making sure that you've murdered someone, so that you know what I mean? Because they want to try, they don't.
Well, they got dirt on you at that point. So
Exactly.
You're now like just as in as we are.
So I found a decent overview of what it meant to be a made man, and I wanted to read some of this to you guys. And this is on the Wikipedia page. So it says, in the American Mafia, a made man is a fully initiated member of the Mafia. To become a made man, an associate first has to be sponsored by another made man. So that's the thing. To get in, you got to know somebody that's in already. You have to be sponsored by a made man.
Sure.
And there's
how the fuck else you get in? You're not just like, hey, you can
Well,
take
I
my
mean-
word for it. I'm cool.
Right, but yeah, you got to be sponsored by a made man. But they have this thing called like the books are closed and the books are open. That basically means like they're looking for people or they're not looking for people, right?
Allowing new membership, if you will.
Yeah, there you go.
Is that true, or is that just from The Sopranos?
No, that's totally true.
Okay.
Says Wikipedia. So
Well, I believe
I've never
Wikipedia
been
over
in the-
you.
Right, I've never been in the Mafia myself personally,
No.
if you can believe that. But yeah, I don't know. So traditionally, the Italian-American Mafia. To become a true made man, the inductee had to be a male of full Italian descent. For example, the famous, how'd you say it? Lucchese? Lucchese, yeah. Because the CH just,
You can't get past it.
stupid American here.
That's
Sorry.
true.
Yeah. The family associated with Henry Hill, portrayed in the 1990 film Goodfellas, was unable to become a made man despite his extensive mafia career and even his mother being of Sicilian descent, because Henry Hill's father was of Irish descent. See, so that's how like strict they are about this. Like, we don't want you if you're only half Italian. Like, they have to be able to trace you all the way
Kinda
back to
racist.
the old man. Well, I mean, I guess, but
Xenophobic at the very least.
yeah.
Did you ever see Goodfellas? I'm sure you have, right?
Fuck yeah, Goodfellas was an excellent movie.
Do you think that's how it really is in the mob? I think that's closer to what you see in most of the old gangster movies, at least modern mob. And it goes a lot with like The Sopranos, where these are mostly just normal guys who live a family life, but dabble in basically everything they do as a crime, from stealing shit to selling drugs to however they can make
Knocking
money.
off trucks, like truck, like intercepting them in the road. Oh, hey, my car's broke down. Get out of the truck.
Why do you think people gravitate towards that rather than just getting a job? You could say it's easy money.
Adrenaline, man,
but
too. That's
you think
the
that's it?
thing.
You
Like
think
it's
I don't know, man.
the protection
so
to be
much.
a part of something bigger. You know what I mean?
Maybe
at
that.
first there's probably a million different reasons that can get you in. Why people stay: fear, the power, the money, everything that you're getting, the advantages out of this situation.
There's certain think of the way Goodfellas starts. Like the first line of that movie. For as long as I can remember, I always wanted to be a gangsta.
right,
And
because they're like glorified
but past that though,
by the
do you think you yourself can go into organized crime? Like you make your money being a criminal, taking orders from other criminals, taking jobs that are like I'm going to smuggle this truck full of stolen cigarettes. You know what I mean? That's what you do. Every day you go and do. You think that's the way you could live that way? Because the problem I have with that at a lower level, where you like most any of us would be, you still don't make jack shit for money. If you make 35, 40 grand a year, probably, I imagine. I'm really talking out my ass here. I don't know. But it doesn't seem like these lower level guys make shit. So why is it worth it? Is it lack of intelligence? They don't know how to go out and get a regular job?
I mean, that could be.
The only thing
attitudes,
they got is
egos.
muscle, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Could be.
I don't know. I was just wondering about that.
Could be a million different reasons why you do things like this. You know, why you get into it, and then a million different reasons in that why you stay.
I mean, I get trying to do hustling, you know what I mean? But serial hustling, I don't really understand. I find it easier to take and start a legal business where you ain't got the headache and the fear. You know, I don't want to go to jail just for trying to make money. There's a lot of ways you can make money legally.
Yeah, but there's no taxes involved in the illegal shit like that. You know, you don't have, you make more money arguably for the same tasks. You know,
if you think about the money you make is that taxes never was yours in the first place anyway. Like say there's a 30% tax and you think you make $10 an hour. Just think of it as you make $7 an hour. Go on about your life that way. Then you don't got to worry about how the taxes are gone. That's just what you make.
Well, then that's what
it's a made up part of like the whole economy that the government just pretty much, you know, you've added on to how much I make, and I never see it because you just take it. So it doesn't really exist.
It's ridiculous.
I mean, it does totally exist.
That's ridiculous, what you just said right there.
I don't know. I'm just saying.
That's ridiculous. Anyway.
It's just a philosophy.
Well, it's a stupid one.
Thank you. All right, let's go on down the list. Let's get away from the Italians.
Get away from those damn Italians. This one, if you've seen Tombstone.
Oh, the next one. I wrote this one down. This is way out of order here, but
they boast as being the first organized crime in that movie is the Cowboys.
And the first organized crime in that movie?
No, in that movie they boast as being the Cowboys are the first
organized crime in America. Is that what they say in the movie?
The beginning, yeah.
I can't believe that's true though.
That's very well. No, but they say it.
Yeah, I doubt that though. Anytime there's been money since the history of fucking money.
History of money.
Somebody's there trying to haggle it, you know, get in there, get more money to themselves, take more to their fair share by any means necessary, is my point.
And?
I'm sure even in Indian culture, you know, these people who are pick stuff off the ground and eat it as
you're talking an individual, though. We're talking organized crime.
That's what I'm saying. I'm sure there's been guys out there.
Hey, Bobo, me and you go over, hit Betty with stick, take her food.
That's not how.
You know, two dudes
Native Americans
organized.
No, so you're saying
I'm cavemen. Yeah, you're going back.
I'm sure they had that in caveman
organized crime in caveman
I'm sure
times.
they did. You think the first time somebody thought about
there's a raid on another village that's organized crime?
You give me 3 clamshells, I keep other guy from taking clamshells from you. You know what I mean? That's been going on forever.
I don't think that ever happened, and I can't. I refuse to believe that.
Yeah, well, I can't prove it. I wasn't there.
No, yeah, I refuse to believe that.
Think about it.
What?
Frank Reynolds in chat says serial hustling makes me hungry, but he spelled it like cereal, C-E-R. Anyway,
clever.
No, but the Cowboys in Tombstone were an early gang for sure, an early organized crime
gang
outfit.
for sure. I mean, and if you consider a gang
but they were most definitely hierarchical. They had bosses. They had different levels of power.
Carla Bale.
They had different groups that would go out, rob stagecoaches or banks or steal cattle and sell the cattle.
Kind of like Biff Tannen's gang in Back to the Future Part 3.
So is that organized crime, or is that just like a 4-man gang count as an organized crime, or just like a robbery band, like a gang of robbers? Because think about Point Break, for instance, the presidents, the dead presidents or ex-presidents.
They're organized crime for sure.
How are they organized crime? There's no hierarchy there.
They're organized as fuck.
You think just because Patrick Swayze was the leader?
No, they did multiple crimes.
Just because
they them out.
Okay, they did a series of crimes. That does not make them an organized crime outfit, though.
Well, then what do you define as organized crime?
Well, hierarchical for one.
So you think that's a defining factor in organized crime? It has to be hierarchical.
I would think so.
Hacker groups? Do you think that has a hierarchy in hacker groups?
You think Anonymous doesn't have a hierarchy? Like there's a guy at the top who doesn't, really...
Never met anybody in Anonymous. Anonymous tries to remain exactly that, anonymous.
But you got to believe, for an organization like that to exist, there's got to be people who know more than certain people, right? That right there indicates a hierarchy. I know more than you. I'm higher up. I know things you don't.
Oh, okay. So in that case, is the Army organized crime?
Well, no. Crime is usually not the government doing it.
Usually. But the government can invade on false pretenses, like knowing that it's false, and it'd be considered a crime.
Well, then you can have it organized like war crimes. Yes, I guess so.
Okay. I was just wondering.
I don't know what you're always trying to get at, like just going directly at the government that way. Like, I'm going to make a fucking point here that doesn't even make goddamn sense.
The government totally sucks, you motherfucker. The government totally sucks.
Anyway, you're killing me here, Smalls.
Gangs. You ever been in a gang?
No, have you?
No.
Yeah, there wasn't too many gangs where we grew up in Middle America. We had, I remember talking like the Vice Lords or something whenever I was a kid, but
I don't know.
I don't know nothing about it. Gangs generally, as I think of them, though, Bloods, Crips, prison
MS-13,
gangs,
GDs,
Sons of Anarchy, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Outlaws, like the outlaw bikers, the one percenters, and stuff like that. These guys are exactly, again, the definition of it. Hierarchical gangs, all,
Yeah,
committing
biker
crimes
gangs,
for
organized crime for sure.
Yeah. Well, same thing with the street gang. You
Yeah.
got your guy at the top of the street gang. He's got all of his little soldiers out there either selling drugs or doing whatever street gangs do.
Robbing motherfuckers and picking pockets. I don't know, stealing cars. I don't know, whatever street gangs do. I wasn't in a street gang. I bet you'd be a bad street gang member.
Can I be candid for a second? For as much as, kind of like research we did on this earlier this week and wrote out a nice long thing, I feel like we're doing a shit show today.
You think so?
Do you not feel that way?
No, not really.
Hmm.
I was just trying to think of what kind of gang member you would be.
What kind of gang member would I be? I'm not a gang kind of guy, though. I don't like a lot of people. I'm more like a gang of one, you know what I'm saying? That's why I don't think I could do organized crime for one. If I'm doing crime, there's not going to be any witnesses. I'm only going to be the person knowing about it.
What about being like the top? Would you be a boss? Could you be a boss?
Could I be a boss? How good am I as a boss right now? Tell me that. I would rule 2 iron of a fist. If I'm already doing crime, I'd have no gang.
Your capos are killing you.
I would have killed them already.
Mutiny.
I would have killed either I've killed them or they killed me. I don't think I could do it.
Mutiny.
I mean, how many times have you guys, whenever I step out of the room in the office, you guys go, let's kill this motherfucker when he gets back in the room?
He says one more word, I'm kicking this motherfucker out the motherfucking window.
Something like that? Is that how it goes?
Yeah.
Fuck you.
No, it doesn't. But Ever and I were also discussing like Silk Road. You thought you were the one that brought that up as organized crime.
Yeah, and I think that counts, even though there was only 3 or 4 guys.
No,
usually, well, at the top of Silk Road. But hold on, think about all the vendors and stuff that they allowed to be on their site. The amount of payment processing they did back and forth. That's definitely organized crime. Whenever you've got all these other people that are under them, they don't necessarily know who they are. The level of insulation. So, like me as a person who would get on there and sell fucking death spikes, which are, a common weapon where we come from, death spikes. Everybody knows about them. And they're not legal to sell here. So I contact these people to Silk Road. I set up a shop. Does that not sound like organized crime to you? The facilitation of others committing crimes? You taking a piece of it off the top? Sounds like it to me. Black market.
Yeah, okay. I'm with it. I'm
Boom, I win
convinced.
one.
I'm
win
convinced.
one.
Silk Road's... So I'm with it. I'm still not behind the Hacker Group Anonymous, though. I won't get with that one.
Really? Why do you not think that's not organized crime?
Because they don't know. You don't know.
What do you mean I don't know? Ask me questions.
What do you think they do that's criminal?
In access to computer systems without authorization? Number
For
one
profit?
thing. I'm sure they do shit for profit. They'll take jobs like... Yeah, you're right. I can't say exactly what kind of jobs they do. I know they do access shit, like they'll hack shit. You know what I mean? Whenever you access a system without authorization, that's a crime.
That's a crime.
And then whenever they have groups of these people that communicate over the internet to commit a crime, that's like interstate criminal conspiracy.
Is that a hierarchy, though?
I would assume so. There's people who know who's at the top. It's the same thing like Silk Road. You have people at the top. There's people under them who don't know who they are, that they pass out orders for some sort of agenda. Now,
I'll give you the Silk Road one. I'm not giving you the Hacker Group one. Personally, me. You can say you like you're behind.
So is it because you don't know what Anonymous's goal is? If it's
freedom, I don't know. Yeah,
is it because they're like more of a freedom of information type of group rather than a financial group? What does that matter?
Yeah, maybe it's kind of weird that they're not trying to do it for like power and money.
I mean, that's
for themselves.
The way you see it. They got power. They've taken power by entering all these other systems. So I mean. They're kind of flexing at that point. These videos they put out, tell me that's not a flex. Where you've got the guy in the Guy Fawkes mask or whatever, talking shit about whatever. That's a flex. That's like, we have power. You do what we say or else. That's strong-arming. That's bullying to get your way, whether it's for money or your agenda for world peace. That's still criminal. That's
they're not
the way you
killing
do
anybody.
Doesn't matter if you're not what the end is. If you're killing people. You're not allowed to conduct business that way. You're not allowed to conduct as a group that way.
I don't know, man. I can't get behind them being organized crime for some reason. I'm
just talking definition here. Whether or not you agree with what they do, whether or not you think they're a benevolent organization or not, generally what they do is criminal.
No, I never said that.
What?
That they were benevolent organization.
I'm saying benevolent or not. Whatever the reasoning is, their methods are most definitely criminal, and they are most definitely organized. No matter what their end is, whether it's positive or negative, for change or not, or for money or for power, it's criminal.
I don't know, man.
So why does the FBI keep going after them then?
Because they're giving their secrets away?
Isn't that illegal? Like, you steal state secrets, like top secret stuff. You can't just take top
They
secret
have to
stuff and
steal
sell
it.
it. That's
People-
espionage. You ever
Who
heard of
said
it?
they're selling it? They're giving it away.
Sell it,
Places
give it
like
away,
WikiLeaks.
disseminating.
You see what they did to Julian Assange?
Yeah.
That motherfucker been in that fucking
You're not
embassy
allowed to
forever.
take secrets and publish secrets. That's illegal. Like, what if something they accidentally
No, it ain't.
published gave away the location of an agent and the agent got killed? You know what I mean? There's
Yeah.
a reason there's laws against this
The
stuff.
knock list. I know.
Yeah, you've seen Mission Impossible.
Right.
I'm never going to get it on you. I don't know why. You always have to go anti-government. As soon as there's a government involved, it cannot be, the people cannot be wrong.
I didn't say that people couldn't be wrong. I said
Yeah.
you got to align yourself on the other side.
Why? Why do you always go anti-government? Instead of
Why did George
think
Washington
about the
go
issue.
anti-government,
Oh, God
man?
fucking damn it. Somebody come to this office. It's in Edwardsville, Illinois. Shoot me in the head. In fact, no. Shoot Eric first so I can see it and then shoot
and
me.
then shoot you.
Yeah, I'd like to see that before I go.
Oh, that's good shite. Good shite.
All right,
What
come-
about the Yakuza? That's a surprising organized crime because, you know, I'm not from Japan, so I don't know a lot about their culture other than what everyone else kind of, you know, they portray in movies and stuff. I've never really
Their
been-
men of honors is what they're called over there is like you're the man of honor in the community.
Really?
Yes.
The Yakuza are?
No, the guy who runs the Yakuza, like
Oh.
you know, there's that guy. Then everybody who, like all the children who see that, they look up to it and they want to be men of honor. So they that's how the
So it's within the community, it's perceived as like a positive role?
it's the same thing as it was like back in Sicily. You know what I mean? At first, this guy was they're pillars of the community and they help
Right.
out.
But then
But they're
do some
still
evil
ultra-violent.
shit, Yeah.
The difference between, say, the Yakuza, though, and the Italians, for instance, is the Yakuza really try not to get the public hurt in their shit. You know what I mean? Whereas the Italians, they'll use explosives. The Yakuza aren't that indiscriminate.
Right. Yeah, they don't want to kill civilians like that.
Right. That's why that's the main difference I found. Otherwise, they're still both bloody
They're
organizations.
very sexist.
Why? Just because
Yakuza.
there's no women allowed? Or
Yeah,
there
no
is-
women allowed in power. You can work for them at the lowest levels as a woman, but there is no women allowed in power in the Yakuza. It's one of their things.
Well,
man.
going back to the whole pop culture thing from the voicemail earlier, what about
Kill
Orenishi?
Bill.
Yeah, Orenishi.
Yeah, well,
You just shut the
That's
fuck up and
Quentin
move on.
Tarantino,
Huh?
you know?
Yeah, all right.
what are you going to do?
Nothing.
No. The Chinese triads. What about those guys from Rush Hour?
Yeah, that was the weak part of my research today. I meant to really go back and check into the triads. All I know is that they're the main Chinese organized crime syndicate over there. They're the Italian mafia of China, basically.
Yeah. And all these other, the Yakuza and the Chinese triads, they're engaged in the same sorts of activities illegally. The protection rackets, the gambling, the drugs, all of the same shit that all the other ones are. That's why you can't say anonymous is organized crime. I just don't buy it.
By definition, they are definitely organized crime. But we're gonna agree to disagree on that one and move on. Did you ever hear of D Company? Again, this is one
No.
I barely came across today. Since we don't have a lot of knowledge of as the simpletons that we are of the other cultures in the world, India for one, D Company is their version of the triads, the Yakuza, the Mafia.
Really?
They're giant organized crime syndicate.
In
So-
India, huh? I didn't know they had mafia in India.
Yeah, it's hard to recall any of the specific details of any one of these countries' just main guy because they're all the same. It's always one guy. You see that rises up, takes control of everything, and
He's
runs shit.
a billionaire. You know what I mean?
Well, in the case of like Pablo Escobar, sure, but
Yeah. Well, the Indian guy there that it said was the main dude.
and
of
that
them
one
was
video
a
of Australia.
billionaire.
Yeah, he had over a $10 billion net worth.
Yeah. So I mean, there it is.
And yep, there it is.
Well, there it is, bud.
I'm telling you, this is a shit show today.
It's
You don't
alright.
feel that?
Feel what?
The whole shit show feeling? You don't have that feeling?
Oh, I don't ever get that feeling.
Oh man, I got it right now. It's running wild.
You sure that's the show, or is that just your breakfast?
No, it's the show.
Okay.
No, I'm doing good, like stomach-wise today.
Is that right?
I actually woke up kind of scared this morning. I thought today was going to be a bad day,
Yeah.
but now I'm doing good.
Did you beat your head off the wall?
Anyway, shit show. Top gangsters of all time is the next thing we got here on the list.
And
Well, let's go down the list.
Al Capone, man.
Everybody knows about Al Capone. Scarface.
Yeah. What? Yeah. So here's
Spent
something.
the end of his life at Alcatraz, or a fair amount of it.
Why'd they name the movie Scarface and not make it about Al Capone? You know what I mean?
Because it was a remake of a movie from the 30s about a criminal that was based on Al Capone. You didn't know that?
He was Cuban.
Yeah, it's a remake. It's based on a.
So in the 50s when he wasn't
30s,
Cuban?
Yeah.
In the
I
30s
think
he
it was like
not
32
Cuban?
on Scarface movie.
Because that always kind of bummed me out. I know Al Capone's nickname was Scarface, and then you watch Scarface, and you're like, well, that's not fucking Al Capone. You know what I mean? This guy's Cuban. He's Cuban B.
Yeah, this guy was a pre-code gangster film. The guy's name was Tony Camonte in the years, so I guess an Italian.
Not Tony Montana?
Yeah, Italian immigrant. So
Italian immigrant,
Cuban.
not Cuban?
Yeah, I've never seen the original, though. I've seen Scarface about 1,000,000 times.
So the first one that the Al Pacino one was based off of Al Capone.
I believe so. Let me make sure of that, though. Yeah, it's the story is based on Armitage Trail's 1929 novel, the same title, which is loosely based on the rise and fall of Al Capone.
Nice.
So there you go. There's that. What about the organized crime though in the Al Pacino version? We can talk on that specifically.
Yeah.
So started at a local level. They come in as Cuban refugees. They meet a mid-level guy of a local.
Omar Suarez.
Was that his name, Omar?
Yeah.
He gets him in. The first thing he does is a murder, right? In their little refugee camp, they kill that.
No. Oh yeah, that's how he gets in with them. They
kill the guy in the refugee camp.
Yeah, he was a political guy that had put some people to death.
Is it the exact next thing where they go to that hotel and do the whole cocaine deal? And
yeah, well, he wants them to unload a shipment of marijuana for $500 a night, and they ends up having to go do this coke deal for $5,000 because Tony's got a big attitude. Goes there, bang bang boom, Cheech get the yayo, and it's out.
You're making no sense today.
Yeah. He was supposed to go do a drug deal and ended up murdering the fucking people. One right in the street.
Well, the guy started with a chainsaw though.
Yeah, well, that's...
Anyway, organized crime version of it. Anyways, it shows right there the hierarchy. Street-level guy versus mid-level lieutenant. You get all the way up to Frank. What was his name, Frank?
Frank Lopez. Lopez Motors. Little Lopezers.
So that was a standard regular business guy. He had his car dealership and whatnot, but decided he needed a little extra on the side and started dealing cocaine.
Yeah.
Trafficking it, getting it brought in from wherever he could at the time. He was pretty well low level, though, from the look of it.
Yeah, he wasn't super high level.
I guess he was trying to keep from being... You could even say super organized crime. He didn't want to branch out. He
liked just being a millionaire. He didn't want to be a billionaire. Didn't need that. He was good. In my opinion, that's what kind of you get from him. But Tony had bigger ideas.
Well, eventually they meet Kaiser Soze, right? Or not Kaiser Soze. What was
Sosa.
Kaiser Sosa. Kaiser Soze is from Usual Suspects. That was organized crime, too. You never seen that with Kevin Spacey?
No. Come on. We can't go off that onto this. We have to stay on this.
That's a perfect jumping point. Another great organized crime movie. But yeah, just another that moves right into the cartels. They were dealing with the Colombian cartels for the cocaine, and then Tony.
Really?
In Scarface, yeah, remember?
Yeah, I thought you were talking about organized or Usual Suspects. See, that's why you fucked me up there, Everett.
How have you not seen Usual Suspects?
I have not. Who's in that?
Kevin's basically everybody.
We don't have to Google it.
Benicio del Toro, Kevin Spacey.
What's it about?
There was a big robbery. I'm trying to remember exactly what the crime they did. Shit show.
Either way, though, Usual Suspects, huh?
Check it out. Yeah, it has one of the biggest swerves in history because the guy telling the story, this whole story of like what happened, I can't ruin it for you. It's one of the best swerves ever. Watch Usual Suspects.
Really?
Yeah, it's pretty good.
You know what we didn't mention about Al Capone? The Valentine's Day massacre that he performed, that him and his gang did.
So that, you can probably know more about that, but from what I know about it, it's where they all dressed as cops and basically wiped out an entire rival gang or something like that, right?
Yeah, they were going to carry out a hit on the rival gang, so they dressed as cops to get close, and fucking pulled it off. It ended up being a shit show, just like today. But yeah, it ended up working, though. They did the job.
Reading some of the comments here. Scientology is organized crime. That goes right back with religion.
I'm with it. Yep.
So hold on. Religion is organized crime, but hackers are not. Now you're not making a lot of sense to me.
Okay.
What?
I respect your opinion.
Okay. Would you please tell me the difference there and why one is and the other isn't?
Maybe just because organized crime's preying off of people that, man, I don't know. It's not. I guess it's not preying. Maybe they want to be there, but it's false. And that's my opinion.
It doesn't make sense.
I'm an asshole. No, because I don't believe in religion, it automatically makes me think that the money that they gather from their constituents, that people that help them out, their parishioners, you know what I mean? It's organized crime to me because you're giving them a false
simple
sense of
bastard.
hope.
You know that?
I'm cheap too, yes.
Good
what do you mean
Lord.
I'm a simple bastard?
I don't know. You just draw the weirdest conclusions that don't make sense. You look at it from an underdog's point of view and go no further.
What? What does that mean in underdog's point of view?
You're always against, like, the man. You know what I mean? Instantly, you give no consideration other than the fact that the government's involved, so the little guy is right. Or the establishment, or religion, or whatever it is. It's.
I don't understand what you mean by
I know,
this.
I'm making no sense.
Yeah, you're making it up is what you're doing.
No,
You're making things up.
Sure.
You're making up lies about me. Anyways, what? Who are some other big gangsters that you know,
I don't
Everett?
give a fuck.
George Young from Blow. There's been a lot of good movies.
He wasn't
This
a
will turn
gangster,
into
so to speak. He was a drug dealer, and he was part of a cartel.
Yeah.
Organized crime.
He wasn't even at the top.
He's pretty high. I'd say he's pretty close. One under the leader, maybe two under the leader of the Medellin crime or cocaine cartel.
Right. But so he was definitely in organized crime. Went to jail. You know, the whole nine. You guys seen Blow? If you haven't seen Blow, check it out. It's a very good movie.
I'm having just the worst time today. I'm sorry about this. I really am. I'm having a horrible time today.
Okay.
Our list here sucks dick. I'm just looking at it now, and it's so disjointed. There's 1,000 talking points here, and they're so disjointed. They're not in any good order. We fucked this up, dude.
Yeah. Fucked it up.
And April's going to bitch at me later for saying, nobody was having a bad time watching the show until you said something. I get that every time. But
it'll be all right.
Sorry, I'm a perfectionist.
Well, we're just talking about organized
crime. Here, you
crime.
lead, and I'm just going to talk about whatever you talk about.
I have paper.
I'm not looking at the notes anymore.
Oh, man. He did the, in case you can't see, he did like the throw the paper up in the air thing where like he's done. Like
I'm not done. I'm just.
Symbolizes like.
I'm letting you lead and I'll follow. What are we talking about?
You've been here the whole time. You know.
No, what's the next thing? What's the next thing?
You know what we're talking about. I was just talking about some pop culture. Some great. You're continuing to throw the papers.
I missed one.
All right, so some great movies that dealt with organized crime. The Departed was very good. It had, the whole hierarchy, the
shit show.
Come on, man. What are you talking about? It had the hierarchy. It had the money, the crimes. There were the boss.
Had the hierarchy, the money, the crimes. This is so bad. This is so bad.
What is wrong with you?
I don't know. I'm just. It had the money. It had the hierarchy. It had the crime.
It had all of your
definitely organized crime.
All of your, you know what I mean. All the things that we would classify it as organized crime.
I'm just gonna hide behind my hands.
I wish you would. Over. Anyways, Elliot Ness and the Untouchables you had down as a great anti-organized crime organization.
Well, it's just the good guys versus the bad guys. Ness's group of Untouchables, which is just 4
FBI,
or 5 cops.
I think, right? Or no, it was cops.
No, they were Treasury.
They were Treasury. Oh,
yeah, because it was tax
before
evasion.
The Secret Service.
Secret Service was formed out of the Treasury.
Yeah, so I said it was before the Secret Service.
Yeah, but it was tax evasion and whatnot. They took down Capone and his whole gang. You should watch it. It's got De Niro in it, Kevin Costner. Nice baseball bat thing.
It's crazy how they make so many movies about all of these like big gangsters, and then like you said, wonder why they're glorified. It's because people watch these movies and see. I mean, these are great movies about these people. You know what I mean?
They're done in such a romantic way. You know what I mean? They make you want to be these guys. They have women. They have money. They have power. They have everything you want to have.
Mm-hmm.
Except the fact that they're psychopaths and kill people to get it.
So do you think you couldn't do organized crime then?
Like I said, I couldn't be part of a gang. I don't work that way.
What if a crime boss came to you and was like, Everett, look,
I have trouble enough being fitted into a regular office that's not an organized crime. Throw me into an organized crime outfit, and then whenever I don't think I could do it.
Here's how he does it. He says, Everett, and then basically you're looking at a twin of yourself. He said, I went and got surgery to made me look just like you.
That's flattering.
Here's the deal. You're going to go in, and you're going to be the boss here. We did the whole face-off switch thing, and you're going to be the boss, and I'm going to take your life, or else I'm going to kill you right now. So
okay, now I'm the boss.
Yeah, so now you're the boss. You got to figure out how to deal with this.
Okay.
Because he wanted out. He didn't want no more of it. He was like, fuck it.
All right, so now I'm the boss. Now what? Where's the scenario going?
You have to do it. You just said you couldn't do it. Now you have to. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? Ruin it? You're going to keep all the money? You're going to keep things going? You're going to shut
No, I'm going to shut it down. I'm going to take as much money as I can.
The capos are killing you.
I'm going to try to escape. Before anybody knows, I'm going to take as much money as I can. I'm going on vacation. I'm telling them I'm going to Tahiti. I end up moving to fucking Central Africa with all my millions of dollars.
But you got to build a compound or something because they could just come kill you.
Obviously, I'm hiring private security. Obviously, I've been in the drug game for a long time. You know what I'm saying? I know how to work I'm going to start up a new organized crime outfit to make sure I keep my dirty money.
Would you consider the Eric, what's his name from Expendables?
Didn't like those movies.
His outfit, organized crime. The guy that grew the cocaine on the beach.
Yeah, anybody who's growing cocaine is pretty much organized crime. Yeah. Think about that.
On the beach, that's organized.
I don't recall that, but no.
I don't recall that. Eric's, what's his fucking name? Can't remember.
Vanna?
No, it's not Eric Bana. It was
I
the
don't
guy
know.
that played the boss.
Those Expendable movies sucked.
Did you think so?
I thought so.
Yeah. I guess you're entitled to your opinion, but it's not true.
I thought they did. They were just generic action flicks, dude.
Everett's been yakking at me to watch the Godfather movies for like the past month.
Now, those are quality films.
What's more quality about those than, say, Departed or Goodfellas or even
Well,
American
Departed's quality.
Gangster? American Gangster's a great
Also
movie.
quality. Those are great flicks. That's true. American Gangster is based on a true story.
Yeah, Frank Lucas, man.
I don't know. Check that one out. Keep going on.
Do you think it's because like a lot of these bosses most of the time, for the most part, come from nothing, and they end up rising to like the highest amount of power that you could get, short of being like the fucking.
Again, that's the romantic rags to riches story people love.
Yeah, that's
why, the American.
That's the American dream, right. Except you're not legally doing it, right? I mean,
I think you're dreaming if you think that's the way to do it.
What is the appeal to being in
money.
Life of the mob? If
Easy
you're a young
money.
kid in the neighborhood,
so who hasn't thought of a
mobsters giving everything away? They're real cool. You know what I mean? You want to be that cool guy. Everybody fears them. Everybody likes them. Everybody
I guess
wants
some
to be
people
him.
like that. I mean, it's also, I'm sure, like you said before, you have 100 different reasons for it. Maybe you were picked on in school. Same reason you might become a cop. You might become a gangster.
Oh, okay.
Think about it.
Cops are gangsters. I get it.
God damn it. That's not what I'm saying. In some ways, yeah. I'm sure, like, look at The Shield, for instance, the show The Shield. Vic Mackey's group of
That's
strike
organized
team.
crime.
That's definitely organized crime.
Yes. Yeah, like a bunch of crooked cops.
I mean, is that organized crime, or is that much different than, say,
no, dude,
a
that's
robbery
organized fucking crime.
Yeah, I guess so, because they definitely had street guys that were under them, and yeah. That's a close one.
The Shield, yeah, that was definitely.
But what if you just got like a rogue group? Say the strike team didn't deal with low-level thugs. They didn't make deals on the street.
You're talking about like Training Day then. Denzel's group. You got 6 killers with badges.
That's basically still organized crime.
Okay, yeah, that's probably still organized crime. You're right.
No, I'm talking about where this is 4 guys who definitely take evidence and money and whatnot like that, keep it for themselves. Where they're just basically just criminals. They're not really organized. They're just like we're skimming.
Right.
There's a difference there, I guess. I don't know where I'm going, but makes sense.
What's Carlito's Way? I've never seen that. Is that an organized crime movie?
Yeah, so Carlito's Way, I'm trying to remember. It's Al Pacino movie. I'm trying to remember how it starts. I think Carlito just gets out of prison. He goes back to Brooklyn, the Bronx, one of the boroughs in New York. He's been gone forever. He's been out. Everybody's like, hey, Carlito, you're back. He's like, oh, hey, I'm not back. I'm just back in the neighborhood, And he disrespects the wrong guy, does the wrong deal whenever he didn't want to. Like, oh, I was out, but now I'm back, that sort of thing. And then I can't ruin the ending.
Why not? I'm not going to watch it.
Well, there's a lot of people who are listening might watch it.
Spoiler alert.
No spoiler alert. Watch Carlito's Way. It's got John Leguizamo. That's part of the ending. I'll give you that. That's it. Benny from the Bronx.
Donnie Brasco.
That was a Johnny Depp movie with Al Pacino as well.
Al Pacino's such a gangster in all these movies, man.
Johnny Depp was a undercover guy who infiltrated Pacino's gang. Pacino wasn't even in that movie. He wasn't even the top boss. He was like, like a captain who had his own crew.
It's like Goodfellas.
Right. He still had his guys on top of him and that he reported to. So, I don't know.
You know what I never understood about in Goodfellas was the fat guy that made the sausages. Was he a made man?
Like the guy that had other people make his phone calls?
Yeah. What was his name? Paulie.
Yeah, he was the main guy. He's like the leader of the whole crime family. You know what I mean?
No. Because the people that went to make that were the no. Because Billy Batts didn't work for him.
He was a different family though.
So whenever, what's his name? Short guy.
Tommy.
When Tommy went to go get made and got shot by them people in suits, they worked for Paulie.
Right.
No, come on now. No.
Yep.
That's got to be wrong.
Nope.
Really? How do you know?
I know.
I don't believe that.
Well, you're just gonna
what makes you think that? We really interpreted this movie this differently?
I guess it's just my interpretation of it, yeah.
Right, because I always thought they were with the family from Billy Batts.
Think about whenever they went to prison. Think about when they went to prison.
You just said Billy Batts was from a different family, right?
Right.
Okay, so that would mean they clipped him for killing Billy Batts.
Right. Somebody in my gang kills somebody in your gang. Either we start a war or we get retribution. You kill the made guy. Like, you want to kill this guy, you have to.
Paulie gave the order to kill Tommy.
Totally. Or we're going to start a war with this other family.
It doesn't say that, though, right?
That's the way it works, though.
Right, but that's implied then,
I think it's implicit, yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, I didn't see the implication on that, so we just have to differ on it. Either way. Here was an interesting one. John Wick. The way they have the entire.
Yeah, I mean, that was a whole underworld of organized crime.
Yeah.
Same thing. Many different families. Like, The second John Wick kind of goes a little more deeper to it, where they got all the different like, what, 9 people at the table or something like that. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I sure do.
How did that go?
No, wait. I'm sorry, Frank. Ocean 11's is not organized crime. Everett informed me of this the other day.
Yeah, it's just a robbery
I
group.
said the same thing. I said Ocean's 11.
While
12.
they were highly organized in their one robbery, it's not like they were an ongoing criminal organization.
They did it like 3 times. There's like 3 movies.
They just needed to make 3 movies. It's not like they were like, every day, let's get to the office or whatever. I'm going to call people.
But for the purpose of the story, it was organized crime.
I don't think that counts. I really don't.
Really? Huh.
Well, you ever seen the movie 21?
Yeah.
Would you consider that to be organized crime?
Yeah.
I would too.
Yeah.
'Cause
Were they going count cards in Vegas?
Right. Now, that's something I consider it's a serial offense where you're continuing to conduct this business. Ocean's 11 was for one big score, then one more big score. Like, they come out of retirement. Let's get the gang back together. It's not like we did this casino.
Okay, so
We're
that
going
they
right
were
into
out of
planning for the second.
retirement from organized crime?
No, from the last robbery they did. It's like, I robbed a bank today. If I'm thinking I've got a chain of them ready and I know I'm going to continue to do it, and I've got a guy telling me this is what I'm going to do and planning it like a Baby Driver.
Yeah,
That's organized crime
for sure, yeah.
But Ocean's 11, in my opinion, is not, because Danny Ocean just comes up with the idea they're going to steal the money from this casino. It's one job. It's a job.
Okay.
They might use people like Danny Ocean himself. If he was going to be continuing to hire out people to do these jobs, that's organized crime.
Yeah.
But he collects them up for one thing and does it.
But 3 times.
Okay.
I'm saying in the whole scope of that universe, not just a single.
It was
individual
very Rusty Shacklebolt here says, but it was very organized. Just because it's very organized in general, they could have fucking spreadsheets saying you here at this time and that time, doesn't mean it's an organized crime syndicate. It's not a syndicate. It's not I don't know. I don't find it to be.
It's an organized crime,
but it's not an ongoing business. You know what I mean?
So that's what it takes is ongoing business. We're trying to nail down what exactly it takes to be organized crime.
I think it has to be ongoing.
Has to be ongoing.
Otherwise, it's just a singular crime. It's an organized crime rather than organized crime.
Crime as in
and organized, which is a singular.
Yeah.
Or organized crime is lots of organized.
You can explain to me. I know grammar.
Okay. Well, we're just trying to nail it down.
Yeah. So we got ongoing for sure. Ongoing for sure. City of God. I don't know about that one. I never seen that.
Somebody told us about that the other day. We were having a discussion in the office. That's the one that's based in Africa somewhere, and that little kid.
Oh yeah, that little.
Starts shooting people for whatever.
Murders all those people.
I didn't end up watching it. Did you?
No.
Apparently, that's about organized crime. I don't know.
Batman.
Yeah. So that's basically the kingpin of organized crime movies. That guy dealt with every mob, gang, and whatever you could think of.
Yeah, because everybody.
Carmine Falcone.
Every one of his opponents, like his enemies, had like a basic structure, a hierarchy.
Well, yeah, Joker's gang.
Yeah,
think about
Penguins, dudes.
Think about the '60s Batman show. They all had their henchmen.
Yeah, exactly. And then like even the who trained Batman? The people with the Liam Neeson and the fucking
God, Ra's al Ghul.
Ra's al Ghul and his crew. They were fucking basically organized crime. Even
totally were. What about Ninja, for that matter? Like ninja organizations, that's organized crime.
The Fortnite player?
No, Ninja. Like ninja assassins.
The ninja.
So to
yeah,
speak.
That's organized crime. That is totally, because basically the ninjas are the henchmen. You know, I guess the bosses are reaping all the benefit, the 100 pounds of fucking
they tell
gold.
they take from that specific movie. Yeah, I don't know what else you got on that list there. I threw mine away.
The Sopranos, and I can't express my love enough.
It was a pretty good show
for that fucking show.
It was pretty good.
It was
ending
more
sucked.
than pretty good, dude. It was deep. That show was
that
great.
ambiguous ending sucked though.
Ending was terrible. The fucking show is amazing, spectacular, possibly the best show to ever come out of HBO, in my opinion.
Bullshit. Wire was better.
I just said
possibly. I heard you say
in
possibly.
In my opinion.
You've never seen The Wire, so you don't know.
That's why I have an opinion.
In fact, the only HBO show you've ever seen is Sopranos.
That's why it's the best.
Well, you're wrong, and you're not. You have no record or no. Fuck you. Keep going.
You want a Peruvian necktie?
Ooh, I do.
You know what those are?
Yes, I do. So we're gonna cut my throat and pull my tongue out.
It is a mob not really so much a mob technique, but the mob always did it. Yeah, they would slice you right here and pull your tongue out of your throat and let it hang down on your chest like a necktie. Pretty graphic.
Yep.
I bet you could live from that, though. You think?
No.
No.
I doubt it. There's a lot of stuff going into pulling your tongue out your neck, man.
Okay, well, what if it was like a surgical cut, real good, cleanly
Yeah, I
done?
guess you could if you were a surgeon. You could probably finagle your way through any major, like move that out of the way.
Intubate them.
Yeah, I guess you could. I don't think you'd want to, because I think to get it out of there, there's a lot of ripping because your tongue's kind of attached up in your mouth. You kind of got to tear it out.
Oh yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, I didn't even think about that.
So,
Fuck.
Maybe,
you
maybe
not.
You could probably survive. There'd
You're
be a lot
gonna
of
drown
blood.
from the blood.
Yeah, you cough a lot.
Go in the back.
This is gross. Carry on.
Peruvian necktie, huh? Okay, so some of the types of rackets that they are into. What is wrong with you?
I don't know. Who are into what rackets?
Organized crime.
All
Some
right.
of the stuff that they do that's organized. What are some of the organized crimes that they commit?
I mean, obviously there's drug deals.
Loan sharking.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Loan sharking, man. Loan sharking's real cool because if you need some money, you can just go to
I
the
always
local
wondered,
loan
though,
shark.
You never really see how people pay loan sharks off. Like, they have such a high amount of like fee on top of it. You borrowed $100,000 from me. Well, it's $150,000 and I need it in a month.
Yeah.
How the fuck does that ever work? So how do they reclaim their money?
Okay, so
they just kill the people, but they don't get their money back. How do you stay in the sharking business for that long?
Can you let me talk for a minute? If a guy wants to borrow $100,000, and you're gonna think about it before you give him the money back because you want to see if he's got a house that's worth $100,000.
fair
Has he
enough.
got cars? Has he got a business? Does he got some way that I can
You ever loan
take
sharked? It sounds like you know what
control
you're
of
doing
this
here.
business? No, I've watched fucking Sopranos. It's beautiful.
Okay.
Tony took control of that whole fucking that whole dude's
Restaurant?
outlet store. Because he was playing in Tony's card games. Tony kept fronting him money because he kept going under. He was, dinner gambler or whatever. But
Right. Degenerate gambler.
yeah. So it was fucking beautiful, though. And like once you loan it to them and then now they owe you, you give them a high rate that they can't come through with every week. So something like, I told you it was 10 points, so I need fucking $4,000
This is the fuck you
a
pay
week.
me speech, right?
Yeah, $4,000 a week, and if you can't get it, I'm taking your fucking business, and then you still owe me half of the money. You know what I mean? Then they'll cut you a deal. Mobs are motherfuckers, man. I'm telling you, that show Sopranos was beautiful.
It was good. I loved it. I won't disagree with you there. I was just saying that you had not seen any other HBO shows. I'm sorry.
Prostitution. I guess some organized crimes into that if you're like sex slave,
Well, think about
stuff like that.
The whole pimp thing is definitely organized crime. The guy
Yeah,
at the
there's
top-
really no hierarchy, just the guy.
I mean, yeah.
He doesn't work
what
for
if
like
you're
a
running a whorehouse
squadron
like
of
a
pimps.
madam? That's
Oh,
organized
yeah.
crime. You know what I mean? Just because they do it on the street and don't have a base of operations, as far as we know, maybe the back of a Chrysler New Yorker or something. But
Prostitution's definitely something you can make money off of.
what if it's not really? I guess it'd have to be more like a ring. What's the difference between a ring and a group? You know what I mean? Like a prostitution ring or a pimp with 3 or 4 prostitutes.
I think a ring would maybe be multiple
pimps under a
or
master
multiple
pimp?
madams. No, just
Master
a
pimp?
ring, like, all equal. Hey, we're in the
Like,
same gig. We'll
Once you get to
pass girls
Snoop
back
Dogg's
and
level,
forth,
do
I
you have
guess.
multiple pimps under you? Like you're such a
I don't think
mega
Snoop
pimp?
Dogg's a pimp.
He's a player, man. Okay, what about Don Magic Wand? That guy's a pimp, right?
Like in real life, I don't know.
I think so. He carries that chalice around. You know what I'm talking about?
That doesn't make you an actual pimp. That doesn't mean you sell girls for money.
I thought that's part of the uniform when you go in.
No. Nope. Sports betting, though. Sports betting's huge.
Oh, like your bookies.
Yes.
Yeah, that's definitely organized crime.
Yes.
But again, what if you're just a bookie who runs out of his local bar?
Just
I guess
take
that's
numbers
organized
at
crime
the
'cause-
bar, yeah.
Because it's
But
an
also at the-
ongoing criminal organization.
If
Doesn't
you
mean
do
there
it
has
in the neighborhood of a big family, you have to pay for doing that. You have to pay to be able to do that.
But say you live in small town Illinois, like we do.
Okay.
Say you live in even smaller town Illinois. You're a farm community 25 miles from any other town, and you're a bookie who takes bets in town at the local bar or whatever.
Okay.
Say you take $1,000 in bets a week. You make $1,000 a week. You take bets with 50, 60 people.
Okay.
Is that organized crime to you, or is it just some guy taking bets? And if it's just some guy taking bets,
by definition, I guess it would be organized crime. But as far as like,
so you don't have to have every one of the characteristics because there's no hierarchy there, other than
no, there's no
guy
hierarchy.
takes
It's
the
ongoing,
bets and people give the bet. Want the action.
but it's not by any means organized, really.
Well, he keeps a record of his.
But you said earlier that organization is not what it means to be organized crime.
It's exactly right, but it is. So it doesn't really matter if you have every one of the characteristics. This is ongoing crime, and it's an ongoing business of crime. I guess that's enough.
Yeah, I
to be
wouldn't call
organized
that
crime.
an organized crime because there's really not many people involved. It's just one guy's thing.
It's not a criminal organization by any means.
No.
Could you consider it criminal conspiracy if it's only one guy running the book? Because with all the people that
No,
are
he's not
placing bets with
conspiring
him.
against anyone
But
else.
everybody who's placing bets with him knows who he is and are not turning him in and allowing him to continue running this criminal enterprise.
No, I don't think so.
You don't think that's criminal conspiracy?
I don't think so.
What if they got a hold of his bet book? I bet they try to throw it at him as a criminal conspiracy.
Well, they'd call it his ledger, and he'd go to court for it. I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't think so. What if there was multiple bars that all ran under the same guy?
Well, that's
that took
definitely
bets?
organized crime there.
Yeah.
What if one of the bars takes bets and the other one is sells drugs and then the other one does prostitution?
It's organized crime.
That's definition of organized crime there. That's not even a hard one.
Protection rackets. We talked about the protection rackets. So protection rackets, like you own a business, and you got a problem with the local street gangs out here robbing you twice a week. Well, so the big mob comes in and they tell you, they say, hey, all right, here's the deal. You give us $300 a week, and we will make sure that you don't get fucked with. And if you do get fucked with, we'll take care of whoever fucks with you.
There's another level of that too, though. There's those guys are taking $300 a week to protect you, and then there's the people that come in and do it for $200 a week, and will protect you from those $300 a week guys. You know what I mean? You're going to give us your money. We'll make sure nobody else is coming to get your money.
Yeah. We'll make sure. Yeah, that's true. We'll make sure no one else is coming to get your money.
Right.
No one else can fucking strong arm you. Yeah, that's just
nobody strong arms my guys except me.
That's just inviting for a gang war, though.
Well, the first time you decide, that'd be a bad situation to be in. The first time you pay off, from that point you're somebody's victim.
Yeah. What do you do at the first time? And that's with blackmail too. At the same time, like anytime you pay that shit, it's automatically like, okay, I need another payment. And you're opening the door to get payment to just.
But I want the original back. Sure.
Right.
The only way to get out of that is kill the person. You know what I'm saying? I'm saying go out and kill that person, shoot him in the head, torture style.
You
get them in a room.
You're trying to gain people back now, aren't you? Because of your fucking torture shit. That's
you get them in a room, you tie them to a chair, and you make them give back your fucking blackmail evidence by any means necessary. Pliers.
Blackmail them into
We're talking heated tongs.
Pair of pliers and a blowtorch.
Go and get medieval on their asses for that.
Oh.
No, I'm just kidding. I'm not.
What about some scams, some organized crime, some scams that they run?
Well, one Nigerian email scam.
Yeah,
there's money. That's wire fraud. Insurance fraud, where you sell insurance policies for whatever. You call people, hey, you need an extended warranty on this or that. You're just selling out fucking insurances you never intend to.
With no company backing that you're never going to intend to pay out.
That stuff's easy, folks. If you ever wanted to do that, get a hold of me and I'll teach you how.
Everett's into organized crime.
I'm just kidding.
So like home auto repair and shit like that.
Anything where you continually get money under false assumption, or what's the word I'm looking here? False pretenses.
Yeah, I agree.
It's fraud.
I agree.
Serial fraud.
Money laundering.
Like payday loans, Rusty Shackleton. That's goddamn near fraud. If they weren't up front and give you paperwork that explains exactly how they're going to fuck you, I would say it should be illegal.
Yeah, no shit. That's a loan shark if I ever heard one.
Pretty much.
Money laundering.
Money laundering is a bitch. You know how many hoops I got to go through doing legitimate business for banks? Whenever you're coming at them saying, I want to do business with you, I want to accept payments and put my money in your bank, and they want to go where you get your fucking money from.
Yeah.
I want to know every place that you consider money income.
Did you tell them no?
No, you have to be upfront and tell them, here's how I make my money.
Just tell them.
And then they can go, oh, yeah, well, how do you know that this person here this way doesn't allow people to put money into your system and then take it out? They could put drug money in for whatever reason, and through whatever little mechanism on your site, call it winnings now out the other end, they've lost 20%, but now they get 80% of their money back. It's washed through your system. And they don't want that shit happening. They want to make sure that you know where the money coming in is from and where the money out is going to. These fucking companies out there, man, minding their own business.
Everybody pissed off.
No, I don't blame them,
money
dude.
Laundering. I don't
illegal.
think it's a big deal.
Really?
Of course, it's a big deal. Arbitration of disputes between criminals about crimes.
What's that mean?
That means.
I know what that means.
I want to
What's the
fucking
context?
sit down. I want to fucking sit down because this guy fucked me out of my money.
I get what you mean, but where's the context here for this?
The context here is me and my crew's going to rob this guy's safe on Friday night.
What was the thing previous on your list?
Scams. Money laundering.
And how does that go directly into arbitration?
Because these are different types of things that they make money off of.
So they make money by arbitration?
No, they don't make money off of arbitration. These are types of things that they do. This is just under my checkout section.
Just the context of the jump is
so like if somebody wants
it's
to
like going from AC/DC to Beethoven on a radio station here.
Oh, okay.
Jumping all over the place. Sorry.
Yeah. That's kind of what we do.
Yeah, you're right.
Do you understand what we're trying to do here?
Yeah, I know what we're trying to do.
Whether we're getting it done or not, it's a different story, huh? But no, like, okay, so say, you're the boss and you run 5, 6 different groups of criminals. They all got their own little groups. This guy's supposed to rob this dude safe on Friday, and, he's made it known like this is what he's doing. Well, this dude's group hears about it, and they go rob it on Thursday. And
So
this
you gotta
guy's
have somebody
pissed
say-
off. He's going to kill this guy. He wants his money, so they want to sit down. They arbitrate disputes between criminals. You know what I mean? They can make the decisions for them and say, hey,
I guess
you
that
owe
makes
that guy
sense.
60% of the money because everybody knew he was going to go rob it on Friday. You came and robbed it on Thursday. It was kind of backhanded of you, but you did the dirty work.
So they're criminal cops. That's the way, like I was talking about earlier.
Yeah.
We were talking about before the show today how the guy who is your main mafia guy in Sicily has such a level of power that, like, he could say you get a woman pregnant. He has the power to say that you're going to marry this woman. By my law, you're going to do this. You're going to make it right.
Yeah.
And there's either going to be a wedding or there's going to be a funeral, that sort of thing. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. One or the other, huh?
Right.
Oh, boy. We already talked about the yak, right? Yeah. That's
I'm going to,
right?
again, take this opportunity and apologize to you guys for Eric's lack of preparation. He's just a general piece of shit.
Really? Because I think if you look in the documents, it says this doc was started by.
No, double check that because I started that fucking document.
Okay. Well,
Liar.
maybe I picked the wrong
Not that it
fight on
matters.
that one.
It's been fruitless. Basically worthless.
Yeah, for sure.
Let's just say we're sorry. End this show. Meet us back next week for hopefully
Yeah,
a better. Like, man, this looks so good Tuesday. Whenever we finished out this,
I don't think
outlay.
it was that bad. I think you're giving it. I mean, maybe it was a little
Could
bad.
be my
Maybe we
anxiety
took too
kicking in.
long of a road trip before the show.
I don't think that's it at all.
That could be it, but it doesn't matter.
Too much outline, not enough fill-in.
Not enough. Yeah, too much outline, not enough meat.
Yeah, I don't know.
Where's the beef?
Thanks everybody though for showing up on chat today, and if you downloaded this and made it this far by some miracle, thank you for making it that far.
By some miracle, yeah. There, 13 of you poor souls actually sat through this.
I know you guys made it. Thank you.
Yeah, the regulos. They're not randos.
Remember,
for
go
sure.
to iTunes and leave your 2-star review if you're being honest.
No, gosh, no. What the fuck's wrong with you?
I'm just
5-star
saying.
review.
We're a 2-star show.
Maybe we'll read some 2-star reviews next week.
Did we get any lately that we haven't read? I think we read all of them last week.
I have no idea, dude. I don't have access to the iTunes shit, bro.
Everybody in the world has access to iTunes. That's the point of reviews. You wouldn't put a review on iTunes if it's just for the people doing the podcast. It's so other people who are thinking
I
about
just
reading.
said I don't have access to iTunes.
All right.
My internets
so
don't go there.
What's our outro looking like today? I know I wrote down some stuff to talk about.
You didn't print that page out?
Bullshit. I know I printed that page out. I had it myself. Oh, it's thrown all over the place. Okay, we're going to check out our website, surrealtalkpodcast.com. If we're going to add a third option, maybe even a fourth option of just Team fucking Nobody, I'm done, and I'll see you never. That should be a good option.
No,
Team
gosh,
Armand needs to be put on there, though.
No, it does not.
I think we should.
We should put Team Armand on there and see our votes diminish. It'd be a nice split because some people that came and voted, they might.
I'm gonna do it
You're
right
going to
now.
do it right now?
I'm gonna
Everett's
do it.
live putting Team Armand on the poll. Don't vote for him. Vote for Team Eric. And if you must, Team Everett, but I don't agree with that either.
Yeah, I wouldn't vote for me at this point either.
No, he's piece of shit. All right, well, that's going to do it for us, guys. Thank you for joining us. Check us out
Oh,
on
no.
YouTube.
One other
Check
thing,
us
though.
out
On the serious, though, check out yoradio.com, and the streaming software that is Yo Radio. There's the app in the App Store, Apple App Store, Androids. I've been listening to the Grateful Dead station we have on there all week at my desk. Uncle John's Jams, we're calling it.
Uncle John's Jams.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know anything about the Grateful
Uncle
Dead?
John's band. Yes. Don't try to fuck me around here. I know about it.
You don't care, do you?
No, I do care. Yo Radio, man.
We got that
It's the
60
now.
station, that 70 station, that 80 station.
Is that right?
Yeah. I love those names.
What do you got for hip hop?
Hold on, let me look right now.
Hip Hop Anonymous?
I know Yo 1 is our like top 40 type of stuff.
That's like Z1077 or whatever.
Yeah, I'm trying
Yeah,
to
I
look
want to
here.
know that shit.
I don't. Why would you ask me about hip hop? Like I would know that.
I don't know. It's cool.
I guess that's because that's what
So
you
check us
listen
out
to,
on
huh?
YouTube and Facebook, and also you can tweet at us. We are at Twitter at Surreal Talk Show, I believe is what that one is. So thanks for listening, everybody. We are out.
This has been the shit show. We'll catch you next week.
No, we won't.
Yeah, we will. We'll be here.
Okay, yeah. You're right. We will. You're terrible, Everett.
I am terrible. I am totally terrible.
Everett, you don't have energy today.
I do
He
have
spends
energy. It's just
all of his energy having sex with an orangutan. I made that up. That's fake news.
God damn you, man.
Brought to you by Donald Trump.
I do have energy today. It's just I don't know, man. Going down the list. It just wasn't working for me today.
No.
Something wasn't right about it.
What's that?
Something just wasn't right today.
It was you.
I'm not saying it wasn't. I'm just saying it's poop.
I'm saying I can't believe that you didn't say one word about me eating the entire rest of this bag of gummy worms.
You ate them all live? Did you? I didn't even notice. You were pretty good keeping it.
Good today.
Very well. Very well. My God. Why does anybody even keep coming back every?
Why are you even talking to the microphone if you're saying negativity?
I can't help it.
The board says no.
Frank's giving it a 7. I actually like Frank, and I take his word pretty well. And if he says a 7, I'll give it a 7. I'll believe a 7. But Frank, you might be off your shit today, buddy. That was a 2.
Now I'm going around picking up all the papers you trode around.
That was a 2. Man.
You rat mouth, bitch.
All right, yeah, we're gonna go ahead and end the stream because I'm negative Nancy and everything.
All right,
and,
GG. Jay, what about team killing? What the hell is that about, man? Now you can report people. What the motherfucking fuck, dude? I'm screwed.
Is the stream on still?
Did you already end it?
Well, I don't see any like video up on the screen, but it says it's still streaming. That's weird. Huh. All right, well, guys, I'm gonna hit the stop streaming button. I don't know if we're still up or not. We'll catch you later.